Okay, testing. Hmm. All right, it's working. Thank goodness. Okay, I can I can hear myself on the thing, so I'm going to mute the thing. I will probably fly solo because I don't want to make everybody wait on me. Because I didn't know that the Discord voice was a thing, so I don't want to make you guys go to a lot of trouble. But anyway, I'm Hushicho. It's great to see you all. I'm glad to be here. I'm going to play a bit of Starbound tonight, and hopefully it'll all sound okay. I've hooked up my good microphone, and I'm hoping that it'll be a good experience. But we'll go ahead and get started. For those of you that don't know Starbound, it is released by the same people that released Stardew Valley, but wasn't the same team of developers, from what I understand. Starbound has a lot of stuff for single player and multiple player to do, and the cool thing is that you can, like, if I click play here, you can launch a dedicated server yourself where people can just connect to it and contribute to the universe, or you can just play it and your friends can join your game, or you can join theirs, which is very cool. I think it's just really neat. I know the game got some criticism at first, but it was a case where the game was still under development, like heavy development. In fact, it's still under development. Like they're still adding major features to it. So I feel like some people may have jumped the gun on being too harsh to judge it, and personally I think it's a pretty cool game. But I'm going to get started here, and we will check out Starbound. I'm glad to be heard. Well, the thing about it is that I'm actually not on Discord on this system, and I've got a chat going on like a separate system, so I don't know how good I would be on that Discord chat. Um, and it worries me that I would end up messing up the Discord chat, so I may just stick to trying to do this, but Starbound is a really beautiful game. It's a lot of fun. As you can see, all my stuff is casual mode. I don't really get into the hardcore stuff, but I do like many, many options and many, many features of it. Tonight we're going to spend a lot of time with Space Daddy, who is a character that I created actually before I played this game, but who the game has kind of given a life of his own. But after I get done with the stream, if you want to help me get things sorted so I can actually do this tomorrow, that would be great. Because I just don't want to. I don't want to slow everybody down and not be doing things so that I can get it exactly right. I always tend to have things mess up with me in terms of tech. And I know I'm going to give you a headache if I if I have to work it out. This is Pepper. She is a space dodo. She is also the administrative head of the ship, which is called the Bonaventure. This is my kitty. Every race in Starbound gets a pet, and the pet is a cat for humans, and you can also get other pets. This is a pet tether, but you can craft pet capture spheres, which is basically like Pokemon. So you can get them down in health, and as you see, like I've got snowballs that I've made at the top. You can craft all kinds of things in this. Like it's great because you can just do like basic crafting, handmade stuff, and that gives you something like, you know, you can make an inventor's table or a campfire or whatever, and then you get much better stuff as you get the facilities for much better stuff. But yeah, it was gonna be really cool when my stream started, but I realized I needed to test to make sure my voice was actually being heard. Because I was gonna be like, I know when to go out, I know when to stay in, get things done. This is my space Dance Revolution game called Dance Bound. I made this little area down here. You start off with a ship that's been damaged. It's very tiny, but as you go, you get expansion modules, and you're able to expand the ship to a much larger size. And as you can see, I've expanded it considerably. Also, this is Waggy. He is a penguin, and he is really badass. He is kind of psychotic, I think. Like, occasionally, he will just throw himself down a crevasse, spraying bullets everywhere at the hostiles. Waggy has had a lot of... The cool thing is that when you go over and see your crew members, for example, sometimes there'll be like things will be floating above their head, which will be their status. Earlier I was getting on to check things, and everybody's status was like, "Can't believe it's true." So I don't know what they may have learned about me, or allegedly learned about me. I don't know. But Waggy wants to start a band. He's contemplated going vegetarian. I don't know if he's committed yet. There's just been a lot of things that have happened, and Waggy is the most interesting member of the crew, I think. Because there's just so much to him. But that's also another cool thing about Starbound. You can recruit crew members on a planet. Sometimes when you do a quest or something, it'll end up with the person wanting to join your crew, which is very cool. But, and as you can see here, I've made my own custom signs, which you can also do once you unlock it. This one's a bit naughty, but of course, as it's in very primitive pixel art, you can't really see anything. So, you know, Twitch, call me a tits. But as you can see here, it says Space Daddy. Most of these are things that I have just found in the game. So this is stuff that exists in the game that I've scanned with my little scanny thing. This is called the Matter Manipulator. And when you click on this, for example, he'll give you an opinion on it. But the cool thing is that it also gets it in your database. And once you get a replicator, which is something that you can build later, you can basically just recreate anything that you find in the game and scan with your Matter Manipulator, and it just costs pixels, which is the currency. And the cool thing is that in the casual mode, for example, if you get defeated, you basically just lose pixels. But the more you have, you know, the more you lose, because it takes a percentage of your pixels to reconstitute you. So the cool thing is that you can actually make them into like blocks and store them so that you don't quite get that quite so bad. But I'm going to the Tower of Crafts, which was my first big build in this. It was a ruined tower that I fixed up, and gradually it got more and more impressive. But as you can see here, this is the replicator, and a pixel printer, as it's called, and you have everything from like doors to light sources to furniture, art and decor, containers, and you can also wire stuff, which is very cool. It's a lot like, if you've ever done like redstone stuff in Minecraft, it's similar-ish. It's something where you connect things and get them to function, you know, depending on what one thing does or another thing does. But, yeah, Sheliak, if you do quests, if you find like settlements on planets, and you do quests, eventually you will get someone offer to crew with you. And the more crew you get, I believe, enables greater expansions. So, like, if you have, like, these are upgrade modules, and once you get things sorted on the space station, you can start to expand your ship. The manipulator modules help you develop your matter manipulator to be more efficient and reach further and stuff. The tech card allows you to do the very cool thing of dashing or sprinting. There are like 4 different options of that. Also, you can turn into a ball like Samus Aran. I've got the spike ball on, but there's a lot of things you can do. Also, it's raining. It has amazing light physics, amazing physics in general. You can also get, like, not exactly pets, but like some of the native fauna. They're very fragile, and so I'm going to probably put them on my space station sooner or later. But you also have farm animals like Spluffalo, who his fur will change when he gets ready to be harvested. He puts off plant fiber, which is really good. And of course, you can interact with almost anything. You know, like you can turn that on or off. You can sit down, stand up, sit down over here. I've got a little kitchen over here, with little, you know, baguettes and basket of apples and such. This is Space Celiac Pig. Here's another thing. The cool thing is that you get a hammock and you basically dress down to your underwear every time you decide to sleep, but you get your health back by doing that. And as you see, I found some chimes, and that's healing water, so if I want to dip down in that, I can heal up. Got a moth house here to harvest silk. Crops here. These are the various other animals that I have that are, you know, let to run free. And whenever I want to, I can just harvest. So I got a scorched core. But there are many, many different crops. Some more known to us, and some are very exotic. But I'm doing many of the normal ones right now. Some of them can be harvested by just, you know, harvesting them like cotton. Others, like the wheat, you will get a seed and the harvest. So you need to replant them. The same is true of like potatoes and certain other things. If something bounces in place, it's probably trying to hurt you. Like when it notices you, if it bounces in place, it's probably going to try and kill you. So this is something of a difficulty since they're on healing water, but not too much because I've got high-level weapons on Space Daddy. But you can also... Oh, that looks like another asshole. Anyway, but this is another thing you can get. You can ship to Terramart, and I've been getting some things. I've been going around and doing some adventures, so I've got some stuff that I really don't need, so I'm just going to put it in this Terramart shipping container. Ship that away. So let's go back here to Space Daddy's Tower of Crafts. Oh, and that's another of the tech things. You get a double jump, or you can do like special jump things. It's very neat because you start out and you can't do shit, and then by the time you get to this point, you know, you're able to do a lot of things, which is very exciting, I think. Oh, sorry, let me fidget it out a bit. Is that a bit better, or is that too low? Okay, we'll try with that, and if it's still not good, just let me know and I'll adjust it a bit. So I've just made two 10k voxels, which is again really cute because, you know, pixels and voxels. But you can just freely decompress those. I put them in my little box. As you can see, I've got all these little things, because most of the time I will get any new characters the teleport station here, so they can come and get geared up, so I don't have to do all the grinding that I had to do at first. Because either you grind or you get someone to help you, because it takes a while to get things going. But it is fun, like definitely fun to do, even if it's just you, even if you're alone. But it is really nice when you're not alone and you can get other people to come and give you a hand. So much crap. Let's see, Scorch Core, is that, yeah. Most of the rest of the stuff I'll put on my ship. Oh no, wait. Yeah, the copper wires here too. Most of this stuff you can actually craft yourself, which is nice. Oh, and all these chickens give me something different, like the regular ones give me eggs, and this one gives me AA batteries. You can get most of these things at the space station, but you save a lot of money by having farm animals around. Plus, it is really nice to have them there, and it's also really nice when you later in the game unlock the vendor where you can trade for other things too. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I recorded a video too, testing out the sound earlier, and it worked okay, but you know, you never know how sound's gonna go. Especially sometimes on this game. Like, sometimes on the game it does get a little bit louder than you'd expect, and softer than you'd expect. Okay, I've got some stuff that I need to sell too. Let's go to the space station. We'll show you the space station. Got all these teleporter destinations. Basically, you can put down a flag or a teleporter, and it's added to your destinations. So if you make, say, like, since Space Daddy is human, he can make a human flag, and he can name it too. And so when you add it, you can add like a reference name to it, to your teleport list. But some things, like the space station, the outpost, has specific names, which you can also change. Yeah, I feel like it really does help to have a second opinion. And a third opinion, and a fourth opinion. And here is the space station. I'm going to sell that meat that I got from defeating a monster, because that's really gross to have rotting meat in my inventory. I do not want that in my inventory. I've got a brain in a jar. Actually, I've got 3 brains in jars, for some reason. Not quite sure why. So, let's see, I think that's all I need to sell at the moment. And there you go. But you first start out on a planet where you have to mine some core fragments, or get some core fragments, and basically survive. And once you get it, it teleports you here. The Infinity Express is like the convenience store, the corner store that you can go to. You can get a lot of fundamental things to craft things, which is really good. This is a huge help in the early game. Of course, you can sell stuff if you're not going to use it before it goes bad. The outpost does have lockers and stuff, but don't use them. Never use lockers at the outpost. Your ship will vanish. I've had this happen. I don't want it to happen to anybody else. Don't do it. It's not an easy way to get things between your characters. Just get somebody else to log in and get them a teleport to a place like the Tower of Crafts, and then have them do the same thing on your other character, and just have your character teleport to them and get that same thing. I'll demonstrate in a moment, and it'll make a lot more sense, I think. But you have the tech cards here, so you can get a Spike Spear, Distortion Spear, Aqua or Sonic Spear. You can do dash, sprint, air dash, blink dash, pulse jump, rocket jump, wall jump, multi-jump. basically all it requires is tech cards. That's all it requires. And when you talk to this dude, he gives you the fundamentals at first. Once you start out, he'll give you the fundamentals to start with all your stuff. So he'll give you the basic bowl form and other things. You can talk to anybody too. So sometimes they will get really enamored with you and they will follow you. Sometimes they will even emit like hearts. They will be like really in love with you for a moment. This is the design place where you make your own signs. This is Frog Furnishing, which will give you a different theme, and they've got 4 or 5 different themes. This is the one like the one I've got at the Tower of Crafts. So you can get like a box of bread, or a little kitchen stovetop, a little teapot, things like that. They always have these outdoor features though. So you can always get a lot of the outdoor features that they have. A colony deed is really cool because, like, if you can get it, it has a guide to the construction, so you don't need to remember this when I'm saying it, but a colony deed is very cool because, like it says there, if it's an enclosed building with 1 door and a light source, someone will move in and they will give you things, and generally it's pretty good. Sometimes you can get really useful people there that can give you resources and things like that, just like any of the farm animals that you can take care of, which is a terrible metaphor now that I realize what I'm talking about, but anyway, whatever. People, farm animals, potato, potato. We've got Ursa Minor over here. You have to do a quest at the beginning, which is very cute. You have to get this little one a teddy bear. So either you find him one or you craft him one. And crafting one's very easy, but it's one of those things that helps you get used to the system. But at Ursa Minor, which is a great pun, I love puns, and this is a great pun. You can do like copper bars, or you can get some of the drills, get the refined items. And the cool thing about it is how much this facilitates. Like, you can really play your own way. Like, if you don't want to go mining into cores of planets, just get a bunch of pixels, go around exploring, get a bunch of stuff, sell it, get a bunch of pixels, go to Ursa Minor and get the materials that you need to do your station or upgrade, whatever you want. You can turn on computers, you can turn them off again, you can look in any sort of storage item. And now we're going to go visit some of my favorite people. These space penguins. All of whom are mercenaries. So as you can see, they're all... one of them's got a little beret on, and one of them's got a little helmet on. This one's a bartender. You can, if you have a diamond, 3 diamonds in fact, you can get a doubloon. And doubloons allow you to hire any penguin mercenary of your choice as a crew member. So even if you end up not going onto a planet or whatever and doing any of the quests, you can still hire a whole penguin crew, which is wonderful. And this is Dr. Akagi, and she is in charge of mechs and mech-related quests. The mechs are really great because they help you investigate anomalies and also fight against enemy ships. And as you can see here, I can customize my mech. I've got a variety of parts that I can do. I can also talk to her and manufacture other parts. But I can also customize the 2 colors that make up its predominant theme, which is very neat. As you go through, you'll probably find a lot different blueprints, and here's where you create the different mech bodies and legs and thrusters and all the different tools you can do. As you can see, mine has a little horn, it has a missile rack, which is very cool because the missiles, they go to where your cursor is. So when you fire them, they will trace your cursor. They're homing missiles. The mech arm fires eerily oscillating plasma donuts, which is basically a wave beam. The body is better than usual. The legs are pretty fast moving, even on the ground. I've got to place my booster. It's very fast. Not so maneuverable, but I'm used to it, so it doesn't matter. By the way, anybody that's joined us, please check out the channel, scroll down and click on the donate button if you have something to donate. We are here at Operation Nina raising money for cancer treatment, and we are aiming to do that by the end of this week. Let me just send a link to a friend. Okay. Now this dude, legal goods, Penguin Bay. Yeah, you can get a fake Falcon license if you have the money. And it doesn't really judge you, which is the great thing. Like, if you want to upgrade your ship and not have to do all the other stuff to do it, well, you can do that, but it's gonna cost you. You can also get hover bikes, which are very fun. And you can get an auto chip and reconstitute at this little server bot here. Here's where the penguins are doing their stuff. I love this one just sitting up there kicking his little feet. And this is a vendor that unlocks, eventually, treasured trophies. When you get a lot of different things, like, I really want this adaptable crossbow. I feel like that is definitely a daddy thing. But you can get all the different things. Like, you can get a ghostly collar for your pet, you can get a giant bow to wear, and oh my goodness, there is so much to wear in this game. I got a goat skull the other day, which is perfect for my character Lucien von Phobos, who is basically my dark little gothy heart in person form. But you can get all these different things. You can build like the Venus de Pixel. They have a lot of those cute sorts of jokes and such. But there's a lot of items too that do different things. Like, I have this sort of tentacle thing. It's actually very useful, but you can get a variety of those types, and they're all very different too. They use energy. You can also puff a bit of gas, flamethrower. You know, have like one of these. You have a bow and arrow. I normally use this sword though, and you can do the special, which is very cool. But I won't go over here too much because I'm not really, like, if you play the game, you'll end up playing the story, so I don't really want to get to too much spoiling of that for you. I just kind of want to adventure around, and you can discover whatever you like with the game itself. So let me see. Oh yes, I want to take you to Daddy's Trek Stop, which is my personal space station. The cool thing too about astronavigation in this is that once you get your ship repaired enough, if you have the coordinates for something, you can go there, which is very cool. So here we are in my low-G environment space station, and of course it's got the little hula girls in there. Because I saw that at first, and that was the first thing that I knew I had to have, was a hula girl. But also a coffee machine. You can adjust the gravity here, which is very cool. You can hide the expansion slots if you want to, which are these things. When you interface with them, they give you options for what you can do. They'll show you basically a rough map of your station. They'll show you if it is able to fit with what you've already got, or if there's a door to, if you can actually access it from the door that you're going to create. And of course, if you hover over anything in any sort of crafting window, you can see the ingredients that it takes to make that thing. I'm just going to take you up here to see more of my cute but very fragile native fauna. We've got some cute bunnies and cute little green thing from one of the planets. So I thought I'd make them a little garden area. And a hula girl and a sitting log. I don't actually know where I got that log. It was probably on one of the planets somewhere, and I was trying to get under it and accidentally picked it up, so... But, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff to do, and I haven't even gotten to the planets yet. So that's pretty cool. Also, the neat thing is you can beam up to your ship whenever, wherever you want to, usually. Okay, I'm gonna pet my kitty. I love this lava lamp. That was the other thing that I wanted to get immediately when I saw. Okay, I'm at my navigation console, and as you can see, I'm in a solar system. William, the janitor, is nervously giggling. I don't know what that's about. As you can see, there's a space station here with electronics, so you can actually go there if you want to. It says unexplored at the bottom if you haven't been there, but if you have, then it just gives you the option to add the bookmark. It'll give you an option to add a bookmark to any planet. So be careful about this, because when I made the Tower of Crafts, that was on my starting planet. And usually they start you out on a nice enough planet. Some of my characters have not been started out on very kind planets, so I'm glad that I was able to hook them up. But, anyway, so you can add bookmarks, and I suggest that you do, because it'll allow you to get back to things, and once you have the capability with your ship, with Erkius fuel, then you'll want to do that, because there's some things that is actually helped by. There are also ships around. You see these white ships, and they're hostile ships. This is a friendly ship, and if we view our ship, I don't know. Anyway, you don't actually require any fuel to be going in the same solar system, which is very nice. It's very handy. This hostile ship. Let's engage the hostile ship. Just because I want to engage the hostile ship. I know, right? Okay, so when you engage a hostile ship, or when you explore an anomaly, which are those purple spirally things, which are now not in the solar system. I'll show you one of them later. You can deploy a mech. You can actually deploy a mech to any world that will give you the option. You can actually do this on the surface of planets if you want to. Sometimes it can help you with mining and things like that. Doctologist, in fact, in the chat now, likes to deploy mech to the moons to get Erkius. Okay, these are the bad guys. But they also give you... Oh. You see that light blue bar? That's my energy. And I don't want that to go down. It's going to go down naturally, but it'll go down even more if I get hit by enemies. And unlike on planets, pretty much everything out here is going to be hostile if it's flying at you. On planets, not every animal is hostile, and as you know, I don't like victimizing neutral, non-aggressive animals and creatures. That's just me. You may be different. But in space, it's pretty much a sure bet everything's trying to kill you. Fortunately, even in space, even in a mech, you can still beam up back to your ship. So if it gets too rough and your health is getting too low, beam up to your ship, don't try and cut it out, because especially at lower levels, you're not going to survive. And you're going to lose pixels, which is something you don't want to lose. It may not be a lot at first, but kinda sucks when you start losing pixels that you've been saving up. Okay, let's see. Oh. Yeah, bad idea to rush a dude in a mech. Oh, and there's always those damn turrets. Okay, don't need the mech anymore right now. But we can pillage their crap. Oop. Space Daddy. You will get better armor and what's called an EPP, which is like a rebreather, basically. But the cool thing is that you can put cosmetics on over it, so like the cool shades are here, making Space Daddy look cool. But otherwise it would look like that, which doesn't look quite so cool. Some of the armor looks really cool, but of course I like to show off Space Daddy's guns. And here you can find the Ergius fuel, which powers your ship. In fact, it powers just about all ships. You would normally have to mine that on a moon, but fortunately you don't have to do that if you engage a lot of enemy ships. As long as you're not like traveling all over the place, because it usually does take about 100 units of Ergius fuel to go from one solar system to another. So going from one star to another, you will actually be using fuel. I also have equipped Space Daddy with an augment for his cooling EPP. And as you can see, it says healing too. These normally don't come with augments, and you can only use one at a time. If you use a new one on any EPP, it will overwrite the old one. So I got healing too, which is very, very rare. So I put it on Space Daddy. So he naturally heals between taking any sort of damage. As you can see here, I've got a simple blueprint. It's probably something I already know, but you can either put it on your hotbar and select it, or you can click it on yourself, and it said learn to craft USCM mech body, which is not something I want to because the USCM are a bunch of assholes. But, you know, otherwise you will get a blueprint, you can put it in storage, give it to another of your characters. It's very cool. Once you get it sorted out, you can switch between your characters and share a lot of things. They're already going to share what is unlocked on the outpost. Once you've unlocked things on the outpost, they stay unlocked for every character who is in your universe. Alright, I think I've bookmarked what I need to. This is the button, by the way, that you can click to see the coordinates, and anybody in your same universe can go there, which is very nice, because you can also put in these coordinates and go somewhere. So as you can see, like, the green ship is mine. The green indicator is that it's my ship. You can see my bookmarks here. 2. But let's zoom out a bit. You can click any of these stars to see the different kinds of space that they have at them. You will want to know what tier of planet has what you need. So for example, this tier of planets had titanium, which is what I came here to get. So that's why I went here. Several of these planets are of the appropriate tier to get that particular metal. And those tend to be... But there's also like barren planets, and there's literally just no life on them. The lunar surfaces are really, really treacherous and can be super dangerous, but that's also the main source of where you can get masses of Ergius fuel, which, as you can see here, is how you fuel your ship. And as you can see, I've got a lot of Ergius fuel. The cool thing too is that you can get rid of stuff in your inventory, like this meteorite rock. I don't need that. But you can just trash it right there, which is very, very handy. Especially when you're doing mining and you're digging a bunch of stuff, and a lot of it's just like crap you don't want to have gumming up your inventory. So I'm going to navigate to a planet, and you can see some of the planets. Okay. Oh, it's a friendly ship. Let's go to the friendly ship first. These are kind of fun, plus it seems to be in orbit around the same planet that we want to actually go to, so let's see about that. Oh, Waggy, you do have superpowers. You know you've got superpowers. Alright, I've deployed a mech, and we're headed towards a friendly ship. Fortunately, there will be nothing out here, so there's nothing trying to kill us. And the artificial G is kicked in. Oop. Welcome to our humble spacefaring vessel. And it's really nice because here we don't have people shooting at us, we can just take some Mercus fuel. We can also look in the shipping containers, really any containers that we want to, and take whatever we want, because they are very nice like that. This race, well, there's many different races. That's the Apex, who are like, basically like ape people, because they advanced themselves and ended up like going backwards in evolution physically. But they're brilliant. And this is the Halotl, who are the fish sort of sea people. And Avian is not here at the moment. There he is. These two are avians, which are like bird people. There are also like sort of cowboyish energy people and plant people called Florians. So there's a lot of variety, plus you can choose whichever race you want to be. And as you go and explore the different planets, it's even neater because you get to see their settlements and their culture, and it's just very neat, I feel like. And depending on the crew members you get, you actually get different bonuses. Here, for example, if you click on a planet, it'll tell you what geologically you can expect to get there, the weather. Sometimes the weather is genuinely dangerous. Like, small meteorites can be dangerous. Large meteorites are really dangerous. Luminous rain is not dangerous. But, like, you have to have an EPP to go here, because otherwise you will suffocate. And you will need to upgrade your EPP over the course of the game. Mine is currently the highest it goes, which is why I put the augment on it. But as you can see, like, the little regeneration here, because one of my people on the ship, this one I believe, is a medic. So that buff will last me until I'm on the planet for a few seconds. Okay, Waggy, let's go. And if you ended up not actually deciding to let him come, just talk to him again. He'll wait here and rest his flippers. But now he's coming, so let's go down. We'll explore a bit. Nova Kids, that's right. Waggy does have all the superpowers. Waggy, what the hell are you doing? How'd you get all the way over there? Well, it should have a flashlight. Oh, yeah, it does. I was going to say, that's a bit odd. Yeah, this little thing has a flashlight on it. And Waggy is already antagonizing people. Come on, Waggy. He'll catch me up. Yeah, nicely he'll teleport to you. But sometimes there'll be ready caverns underneath places, sometimes you'll have to dig them yourself. But you can also make torches, which is nice. Oh shit. Thank you, Waggy. You can make torches, which is nice, or you can just rely on your trusty light. Most of the time, I will rely on my light and put up torches where I absolutely have to. But yeah, as you can see, like, Waggy has detected a hostile. Waggy will shoot the shit out of said hostile. And you'll find these little things around too. They don't always help. Sometimes they're worthless. In fact, most of the time anymore, I think they're worthless. They just disappear for me, yeah. I don't know why that's happened, but eh. But these little ones usually have something. You can, you also end up with this big area of influence, but if you press the shift key, you can focus it to one. Most of these little things have pixels in them. The cool thing is that, like in a lot of these games, you can both mine the foreground and the background. You press right mouse click to mine the background, as you may have imagined. You do take fall damage, so be careful, and you will take damage from assholes. Waggy was feeling like the life of the party, apparently. Oh, and we found a little tomb area. No way out. Sometimes these little crypts and such will have things in them, but I believe I've already been here. You will keep finding things here. And like if I want to, since I have wooden logs, like you can cut down the trees, but you really should replant them too. You can combine coal and a wooden log into a torch, which is very nice. So let's put up a torch. I can just take it down if I want to. I only have 493 of them. I should definitely conserve them. Anyway, as you can see, it lights up the place considerably. And these, as you can see from the skulls emanating from them, are stalagmites, and they are harmful. So, nix them. Yay, silver! I have absolutely no use for silver. You do get to become a bit of a pack rat in this, though, and you really should, because... Oh shit. I'm not exactly a crack responder to being attacked, I don't know. But you learn to recognize the different kinds of metals, precious items. And as you oh my god! As you upgrade your matter manipulator, it'll become quicker and easier to get through many of the places and mine through the places. Now I think I found a mother load of coal here, which is good. Although coal is one of those things that tends to have a lot of use as it goes. Oh, and there's some titanium. But you're pretty much going to be guaranteed to use the metal that you find in something or other, sooner or later, so you might as well take it. Also, mushrooms and mushroom blocks. There is a huge amount of variety in terms of biomes. So, like, you know, we're very far under an icy planet, and here's a mushroom biome. So you can follow it around and, you know, sometimes find more mushrooms. You can go further down and find potentially other biomes. There are major biomes like the blizzard, you know, the snowy planet that we are on, and they often contain sub-biomes that are minor, that are different. So that's in its own way kind of like Minecraft too, in that there's a variety of different biomes that you can experience. Waggy! There you go. But we still seem to be in the mushroom biome, but we're also just moving laterally rather than vertically. But the backgrounds are really beautiful. Like you can see, like if I turn off the thing, you can see a little glowing in the background. It's really stunning, very beautiful. Yes, silver ore, you look so good. Yes. Alright. I have not dug down here, so let's dig a bit. As you can see, you'll get lots of mud and dirt. Some of the stuff that you get, you can actually make into like clay bricks and things like that. A lot of the stuff you get, you can't make into shit, so just get rid of it. You can put it in the trash, or if you feel better, you can sell it for nothing with the rest of the things that actually have monetary value. But there is some stuff that you will mine that has no practical use, but also has monetary value somehow, so you will probably want to concentrate on finding that sort of thing. Ugh. Yeah, Waggy is wondering what snails are even trying to do. He has done this before. As you can see, you can also have, like, these are actually harvestable. Like all of the trees, if you cut down this giant mushroom, it will produce a sapling and also give you other mushrooms. So you will be able to harvest it for edible mushrooms that you can use to cook, and you'll also get a sapling where you can plant a giant mushroom that will grow up just like this. You can get different color ones too, which is very cool. And see, as you can see, we've entered into another sub-biome, which is the crystal biome. So right under the mushrooms, find the crystal. Which I should probably make some sort of gay culture, gay club joke there, but I am trying to be at least slightly fancy and not quite so lowbrow, I guess. Like, you know, talking about meth and the gay clubs and mushroom, you know, phallic metaphor. Maybe I've said too much. Maybe I haven't said enough. And we ask ourselves, ¿por qué? Oh shit. Oh my god, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? As you can see, Waggy is on fire. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Get in the water. Waggy, Waggy, Waggy. Okay, good. Waggy got in the water. He's not on fire anymore. But as you can see, there's also a massive amount of variety in enemy type. There are different enemies. You can actually domesticate them too, which is very nice. You can actually tame them, just like any non-hostile on the planet surface. If you want to, you just have to get their health down enough, and then you have to have capture ball, basically. But it's very handy. It's very neat because you can take them with you, and they will fight for you if you want to. Personally, I just like having pets around where I am, on the ship or in a dwelling or something like that. I don't generally like taking them around to fight for me, because, you know, then what is Waggy gonna do except sit around on the ship? And he doesn't like to do that. And oh my god, poison-spitting, winged things. Also, if you ever, you know, wonder, you know, what's going on or where your teammates are, just wait until Waggy starts shooting, because sooner or later he's gonna shoot something. There's another one of the little cute little green things. Waggy is making peace. Oh no, wait, that's a frog. Never mind. I don't have a frog in my space, but oh, Waggy. I think Waggy's not so much making peace as helping monsters to find peace, as in like eternal peace. And now he's analyzing his position in society. Waggy has a lot of depth to him. He has important things. By the way, we have reached the core of the planet, basically, and we're not going to get... We really shouldn't go any deeper, because eventually it's going to be magma, and that's just, like, going to kill us horribly. Except, now is probably the time to tell you the story of why Waggy scares me sometimes. Because once upon a time... Waggy came with me on an expedition to a planet. I was here not at this specific planet. I was here underground on a planet, and there was magma, and I'm very uncomfortable around magma. Like, Doctologist, anybody else that plays with me on any game will tell you I am super uncomfortable where magma is concerned. I don't care the game or the circumstances, I do not like magma. Waggy decided to be fucking badass and basically took a hot bath in magma and ended up... He tanked something like 1,000,000 hit points. I don't know how he did this. Because he doesn't have that many hit points. I mean, like, normally, you know, he can be defeated if he's overwhelmed by damage on the surface of the planet. It happens. They get, you know, you just beam up to the ship and they are respawned, basically. They will even comment on it. But Waggy was just sitting there and I couldn't get him to move, and he was just like, whatever. What? Waggy takes magma baths. Just saying. The matter manipulator is very cool though, because it also can absorb liquid. If you get to the flower garden mini biome where you find the healing water, you can actually add the healing water, even just a drop of it, to any water, and it will turn it into healing water. So you can harvest even more. All you have to do is find that once, and then if your manipulator has the upgrade, you can do it indefinitely. As you can see here, you can upgrade your matter manipulator. Like, this one makes it faster to go through even difficult materials. This makes you able to stand farther away from something and still affect it. This enables a collection of liquids, as I said. You know, you can also enable paint mode, which is this up here. You can change the color of things, which is very neat. It's another wonderful customization thing. And this is wire mode, this last thing, for wiring together functional objects. I believe Doctologist actually knows a lot more about that than I do. I'm not very good at that, I've never really tried it. But the matter proc unit increases the area of effect. You can increase it up to 5x5. 5x5. I'm not Faith Lahan, but I could be. But as I said before, you can simply press the shift key and have it down to 1 tile instead of 4x4 or 5x5. These are the core fragments here that I was telling you about, so if I wanted to I could mine those, because we're basically at the core of the planet. But I'm going to beam up and we're going to go to another solar system. But first, I'm going to be right back because I need to heat up that other cup of tea because my throat's getting dry. And Waggy, you need to stay here on the ship. So, take in Pixelated Beefcake. I will be right back. And just to let you know, to refresh you, scroll down for the donate button. We are raising money to help cancer-related treatment expenses for Nina's mom. Here on Operation Nina, click any of the links in the chat. You should be able to learn more, and I will be right back after a few moments. I just need to heat up some tea and wet my whistle. Back soon. Ah! Okay, I won't be Faith. I'm sorry. I know when to go out. I know when to stay. Get things done. Hello! I have returned with a cup of tea. I had a chocolate-covered graham cracker while I was away because that was delicious. It was really delicious. Currently, we are having adventures with Space Daddy aboard his ship, the Bonaventure. Sleeping is a great way in Starbound to replenish your health. You can also have your health naturally replenished if you eat food. You can get food sometimes pre-prepared, but most of the time you're going to have to cook your own, and cooking is quick and easy. So let's go back to the Tower of Crafts. By the way, these arcade games and things like that, your crew members will play them. So you can see them at like an arcade cabinet or something, and they will actually play them, which is very neat. Hurrah! I raise my tea to you, sir. Right, here's where you can get a variety of things, like you can get better armor as you go and upgrade the replicator here. And this is the replicator, but the other's pixel printer. Sometimes it's hard to tell the specific name for things, but as you can see, it's sunset and raining. Lovely ambient sounds. You can make different weapons as you figure them out. Lots and lots of stuff. You can do Vine Fist, which is very amusing. These are the EPPs. The breathing one is the one that you need initially. But I recommend keeping your rare EPP augments until much, much later. Don't use them early. Wait until you have the last one, which is the heating EPP. Otherwise, you're going to be sad. Because, like, all these are augments that I've found. But, like, the health ones are more common than the healing ones. You can do a light, poison resist, energy, speed. You can even do, like, a swimming. Or, you can do, like, a thing with that. I've got all kinds of augments with the EPP. And the cool thing is you can get like blueprints for things like a lunar-based blast storm. You can actually construct that if you have this blueprint and learn it. We've got all these different ones. Sometimes too we have items that don't actually have any sort of damage dealing value, but they help the setting, which is very neat. I think it's very neat that you can do like a lot of different things in the setting and have different things that just have the purpose of looking cool or being fun. With the blueprints, for example, you know, I can get an air hockey table if I want to. I've got so much stuff. So much stuff. I think this is where my dance machine came from. Now, before I get into too much more adventure with Space Daddy, I am going to do two things. First, I'm going to tell you why this fellow is called Space Celiac Pig. And second, I am going to switch to some of the other characters to show you some of the variety that exists in this game in its universe. Okay, so this is indeed, this is Space Daddy's Tower of Crafts, and this started out, like this middle part here was the original ruined tower, and this was on Space Daddy's starting planet, and we just basically built stuff onto it, and now it is essentially the base where everyone tries to go. It's a central nexus point where people can gather, leave things for each other, and just, in general, have a nice place to be their center of operations. Now, if I were doing like a dedicated server, this would be perfect for everybody to go to. And you can do that if someone runs a dedicated server, which is really nice. I like the options for that in this game, that you were able to do so much with regards to like hosting a game, or joining a game that's hosted. It's not that hard. You usually just go to like your Steam friends list and click on join the game or whatever. But it is a really good game, I feel like. But Doctologist and I were playing Minecraft, and Minecraft is one of those games that I have had since practically it came out first. And I had never really bothered with survival mode much. But when I met Doctologist, he was very big on doing survival stuff. He's really a master of Minecraft. He's amazing. If you ever get the opportunity to play with him, you definitely should. But we had sort of a settlement, and then we decided to explore and do like a better settlement. So we planted this garden, and I was tending the garden, I was farming, I was really getting into it because Minecraft had changed so much since I played it last. And so there was a lot of stuff that had been added that I just had never experienced because I had stopped playing it for a long while. But we we ended up in this area where we made a little house and fenced it in, had this beautiful, beautiful place, a lovely grotto. We still have it. We still have the place settled, but anyway, at the time it was very difficult because we didn't have all that much stuff, and we didn't have all that much resources. And to tame certain animals, you have to have certain vegetables. So, I love pigs. Pigs are adorable, and I saw this pig, and we had just weathered a terrible, terrible night attack. There were skeletons, zombies, creepers which explode, and there was this pig. And we had already tamed some cows. We had actually made this beautiful like skyway out of wood to tame cows from long away, and we'd been getting our stuff together, and this pig was out there, and I desperately wanted to lead him to safety, if not, tame him and make him a friend. I'm going to take a drink, so bear with me. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad that you have a base too. Really, there's a lot of function in all these different things, but there's plenty that's just decorative, like these pretty little jam jars on the shelves and the plants. But I'll get back to that shortly. But so Doc and I was trying to do it the hard way because I didn't have apparently what this pig wanted, because the pig did not want wheat. And we didn't have a lot of other options. So I was trying to fence the pig in and, like give the pig only a certain way to go to get to our base so that we could just keep him safe until we could tame him. And I kept offering him the wheat and it just didn't do anything, and I think Doc said something like, "Oh, I guess he's just too good for our wheat." And it just occurred to me that, like, well, maybe he has, like, celiac or something. Maybe he has a gluten intolerance and can't eat wheat or something. So we decided to name this pig Celiac Pig. But he happened to get a carrot, so we were able to tame Celiac Pig. And Celiac Pig became this thing that was just like, Celiac Pig is an intellectual, Celiac Pig loves to read, he has a reading nook. We ended up making a tower on the hillside near where we had settled. And we made a nook, and Celiac Pig was and is obsessed with this nook. He loves water features, and he loves books, and he loves his reading nook. And in our Minecraft shard, we have kind of come to the conclusion that where there are a lot of pigs, there is civilization. We've made Metro Pigtopia, Pigadice Island. We have bunches of pig friends. They made this massive pig sculpture which was marvelous. Sometime I will have to log into Minecraft and show you. Maybe one of these nights that I'm doing the stream I'll do that, and then you can see how amazing it is. But anyway, so I found this fellow on a planet, and I just thought, this is so celiac pig. It's just like this little peaceful piggy friend. So I had to have him as a pet friend and take him to the Tower of Crafts, where he hangs out right next to a lovely hammock. And we don't have to worry because those slimes can't get in. They can't use doors. They're not raptors. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff around here. There's like a healing medicine station. You have lots of storage. The fridges in this help keep food, so it'll all stay fresh indefinitely if you keep it in a fridge. This is a food preparation station. You can also use the stovetop for limited amounts of things. This is the atomic furnace where you can make bars of things. You can also refine materials and make things like glass and paper and silicon boards, volatile powders. This is the sewing machine. Basically, you can make the materials, refine the materials. This is like the teddy bear. And you can make clothes. Different races make different kinds of clothes. And you can learn a variety of different clothes. You can also dye them whatever colors you want. As you see, Space Daddy is all red and black and white. He has a little white cape. But I am going to let Space Daddy nap for a little bit, and we are going to switch. Oh yes, chicken noodle soup. That sounds really good. So I want you to see Valulin, and he is one of the Halotl, who are the seafaring people. They have a heavy Asian influence, especially East Asian influence, and this is the castle I found on this world. I've got colony deeds, as you can see here, and when they have a wrapped gift on them, the inhabitant has something for you. So he gave me a seed for toxic tops, which are a kind of a crop. Basically, all you have to do is have a contained room with a door and a light source, and you can have someone move in. Okay, pixels. Unfortunately, this guy's been a bit angry for a while, but he still gives me stuff, so you can also bring the gong. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Sometimes things are weird. As you can hear, there's a lovely sound from this vintage radio. I have actually fixed up parts of this castle. I haven't completely fixed it up yet, but I have fixed up a lot of it. I also apparently need to heal, so let me demonstrate one of the neat things. Healing zone. If you ever get a weapon of any kind, usually it's going to be a spear or a staff. Spear, staff, things like that. Often very similar in use. But the spears you can, of course, stab people with. The staffs you can just kind of use for their primary, which is, in this case, an electric portal, which will summon lightning that you can guide around with the cursor, or a healing zone, which, if you want to do the special, you charge it all the way up, and there you go. And now we're fully healthy. This is a teleporter, and there's a flag over there too, which was there before the teleporter. You have to have a teleporter core and the money to get a teleporter. Being Halotl, he will have insightful things to say about these things. It's not the size, it's the contents of a bookcase that really counts. And the Halotl tend to be very artistic and so forth. But there's very heavy East Asian influence on the Halotl, especially Japanese. But you will recognize some of these items and works of art as based on ones in our world. As you can see, we've got a florin merchant here. You can get like a nomad's crown there. So it's also somewhat protective, which is also very nice. But sometimes you have things like the beach bowl, which is just an item you throw, but that's all you really do with it. Take a card and calligraphy. I'm going to put some of this stuff in here. Baladin tends to collect writings and stuff like that, but you can get all of these things that he's wearing are cosmetic. Like I made this pretty kimono and this skirt in this beautiful pink color. He's wearing a little crown. He has these lovely butterfly wings. So while you may have these things that are, you know, perfunctory, you also have the cosmetic things that reflect how you look, which I think is a feature that more games should have. Like, I love how Lord of the Rings Online does this too. You can equip things cosmetically, and you can look really together. You can have a look come together. It looks really fabulous. But you know, if you look at the equipment that you're wearing, it looks like you're a hot mess. So I'm very glad that you can equip things cosmetically. And you've got this lovely little study area here. Here's an area where friends can talk or eat or just sit. I need to make another bedroom, but this is the bedroom that I use. It's got a nice futon. As you can see, they're a bit bleary-eyed after waking up, which is very cute. Yeah, you see Farm Spear down there, who's one of the mechanical swords, they are basically a medieval society. I forget their names, but they're basically self-aware robots. And one more place I'd like to show you while we're still here is, I've repaired some of this. I need to put another lamp out here, but I put several out. I made this little cottage for our guard who wanted to move in. Oh, and there's a symbiote. I wish I had a capture gun. I'd capture him for Space Daddy's trick stop. I love the little symbiotes, because sometimes, first of all, you see them in a jar, like the brains in a jar. But they're so cute. They're so much cuter outside the jar. And that's luminous rain, which won't harm us, but I don't particularly want to stand out in. And there's Lord Farmspear going for a evening constitutional. It's probably rather close to morning now, though. Anyway, I just wanted to show you Valadin and some of the more traditional Halotl stuff, but there is also a more modern Halotl. So we will explore that shortly. I want to show you Lucian's wonderful home. We're not quite done with it, but this also will show you the many different looks that characters can have and many different cosmetic things that are available for them to wear and enjoy. Ah, the glitch. That's right. Sorry, I'm a bit foggy-brained tonight, it seems like. And this is something that really Doctologist mainly built. His character, Torin, is Lucian's darling. As you can see, we've got even little jack-o'-lanterns, got foreboding statues. It's a little bit cheerful out, though, for this imposing look. But, for example, Doctologist wired this which was very cool. So it's a lift down to the crypt here, and of course these are all storage, so you can put things in them if you want to. I thought I had. Oh yeah, there we go. So you got all these different things, that you can do. But as you see in his inventory, you've got a dreadful skull. I just got the goat skull mask recently. So it's very Lucian, as you can see from the dark, fiendish aura that he exudes. But we've also got like doors wired so that the people there aren't going to go. I think I may just get a colony deed and just be done with it, because then we wouldn't have to do that because they live there. But as you can see, we've got a doom chair here, we've got a bone chair here, we've got a little figure here. Got this lovely canopy bed. Lovely, lovely. We've got our little friends up here too. Love that the little ice people are luminous. But yeah, as it gets darker, it'll be nicer and more appropriate to the ambience. We've got a fog machine up here, which is one thing that you can get at the Frog Furnishings. These statues are typically available on night planets, which can be kind of scary. But as you see, we've got these lovely gravestones, a beautiful fountain. We can sit, but with Lucian's dark clouds, it makes him look a bit weird. But he doesn't mind. That's his way of life. As you can see, that's one of the symbiotes in a jar, but you can get them outside of the jar too, which is very nice. We've got our little dining room slash study slash snow globe with a little one of Waggy's cousins in it. A little black moth here, a piano. And there we have it. Okay, so you're asking, just go with me on this. You're asking, what do the modern idle settlements look like? I'm going to tell you. In fact, I'm going to show you. Ideally. Let's see. The game really does have lovely music, beautiful ambient effects. I believe this is the right one. Yeah, the simple aesthetic doesn't make it bad. Like, it really knows how to use its simple aesthetic, which I think is great, because in this day and age there are so many that go for a retro aesthetic but don't quite manage it. But this one manages to use that as an advantage, which I think is really nice. Yeah, I love the teleporter too. I love all the effects. Like, I love how the lamps will pop. They'll send out little sparks. Oh. Oh, there it is. Cute yet evil. But yeah, as you can see, there are many things about the a water feature, cool, about the modern high little settlements that are a blend of the more traditional with the much more modern. So you'll find little places like this where there will be people, posters, neon signs, arcade games, but even these will often seem to be like, yeah, like high art. Like he says, you know, you never know it given the title, but Psychedelic Rodeo Melee is pretty deep. I have one of these Lumi for my ship. But anyway, there are also underwater hydrological settlements, which is very cool. I will see if I can find a planet that I've been to that will have that. Okay, somehow I messed that up. There we go. Alright. We're gonna jump. Because we've got more than enough fuel, that's for sure. You can watch it on your astrogation charts if you keep them open. But usually it's just seeing this. Daddy likes to nap on the strips. Pepper will take notes. And here we are, we've arrived. We're now moving to a specific solar system. So here we are. Gonna beam down. Okay. Pepper is the best to note. Pepper is amazing at administration. Space dodos in general, are excellent. These worlds do have a surface, but they also have a below the surface. And yes, just as on a moon, you will need the EPP rebreather to be able to survive at the bottom of the ocean. Probably shouldn't have to tell you that, but just in case. One of the augments, of course, is, as we saw, a swimming augment, which allows it to be less arduous to swim. As you may have heard, though, like out here, for example, the sound is muted. The sounds in the music are muted as if you are underwater. You can also, like if you had a tank of water to put animals in, you could use the this capture gun to capture that little animal, which is very neat because you can really jazz up any surroundings by getting stuff from the surroundings of planets. And this is an airlock that works very nicely. And here we have a modern hydrological settlement underwater. As you can see here, a little club here. You can dance in the club. Like you can see, this one's dancing. If someone has an exclamation point over their head, that means they have a quest for you. I don't particularly want to do quests right now. I'm fine on them, but I want to show you the arcade. And the cool thing is, once you scan these, you can just create them in the pixel printer, which is very neat. Because this is where I got my Yumi poster and my dance-bound game, my red arcade cabinet that goes with Daddy's red motif. By the way, just for anybody just now joining us, we are playing Starbound, morning, and it is the adventures of Space Daddy. We are also raising money for cancer-related expenses to help Nina's mom with the medical treatment. So, if you can donate, please scroll down and click on the button and donate. Oh, Akiko wants to join us as a medic. Status: stroking their thighs. I feel like this is serendipity somehow. I wonder if I can hire her. Alright, Akiko's on the crew. So yeah, that sort of thing could happen, because I must have done some quests here and just left some potential crew members. Yeah, and there's another one who potentially wants to join our ship. But I don't want another crew member just yet. So let's just keep that going. But the cool thing is that if you have certain people on your away teams, so to speak, it can lead to you being assisted during your missions in a variety of ways, and that is very, very helpful. And I think that's something similar to a UFO catcher machine or something. Got all these lovely holograms. But yeah, if someone has like a standard uniform on, then they probably can join your crew. And the neat thing, I'm going to show you Valadine's ship. Oh, I obtained a new license. Oh wow. With 6 crew members, I qualify for the Falcon license. So when I get the upgrade modules, which I believe I have, just don't know where they are, I can upgrade my ship again. I really need to organize my stuff. I have put too many things in just wherever they'll go. Anyway, we're switching back to Valadine so I can show you the cool stuff that you can do with different crew members. As you can see, Valadine is stylishly garbed in kimono, and for some reason still way low at health. But one of my crew members is a fashion designer. So, I forget the specific name. Let's see. Yeah, Taylor. And if you're wearing a certain outfit, you can basically ask the tailor to make that the standard uniform, which is very, very neat, because as you can see, everybody around me is wearing some variation of my own outfit. And this is the Hilotl pet, who is adorable. He's so cute. But you can basically, paint and decorate as you like. You can make certain things more accessible for certain members of the crew. Like if you just don't want to be bothered, then you can just do this. You can just have a place where they can't really get to. I think that said one of my crew members is feeling scandalous. But this is Valadine's ship, even though Valadine usually tends to stay at his castle. I think for a moment I'm going to do some stuff with Jemmy, who is one of the new characters. This is what a ship looks like after it's been repaired, but not much more else. It's still pretty basic bird ship. But let's see what's on the planet. Because he doesn't have any crew, he's just a dude in space. I've made him some good armor, so that should help him a lot there. Got him some serviceable, good-looking cosmetics. Got some neat weapons and stuff. I've even got a healing zone staff, which is really indispensable. Because though you will want, like, the salve and med pack and such, the bandages are especially good, especially when you're doing, like, a boss battle or something. For most explorations, just the healing zone on a staff is really good. Because you can get away from enemies, you can do the healing zone, and then within seconds you're fine. Hey there, Razordon! We are, just to refresh, playing Starbound. We're currently with Jemmy. We were with Space Daddy for quite a long time. We're just exploring a world with a lower level character who's just now getting started, really. And of course we are raising money to help Nina's mom with her cancer treatment expenses, so please scroll down. If you can donate at all, please do. Spread the word about the stream. We've got people going almost all day, every day for the next week. So we're hoping to raise some money to help with this treatment. But as you can see, the different planes of view are really great, like the parallax scrolling type sort of thing is really marvelous. It's a retro style, but it's so evocative and it really engages the imagination too, I find. Now I really like that. I really like the engagement of the imagination. I like feeling like I'm part of the experience. I have upgraded his manipulator module significantly though, because as Daddy and some of my other characters are so much more advanced, it just is a lot more convenient to have that. But as you can see, stuff like cobblestone is still a bit time consuming. So even when you're trying to get through it, it's not always going to be like hot knife through butter. But stuff like dry sand or soil, things like that, is just really, really easy to get through. I always like to go at an angle, because if you go straight down, sometimes not only can't you get back up again, but sometimes you'll also go to like a sheer drop. And if you don't have healing in some way, that's going to end up with you losing health, and it's going to cut your mission short because you're going to have to go back and get a bed or something. The cool thing is, though, is that you can bring like a sleeping bag with you or a tent. I believe I have something like that with me. Yeah, I've got a green dome tent, which I can set up or take down anywhere that I have enough space to do it. So, for example, if I were to set it up here, I would be able to set it up here. I need to clear up more place. Oh dear, evil snails. But that's no good. Okay, so, assholes notwithstanding, let's say I wanted to take a sleep in this tent. And of course it does dress you down to your underpants even in your inventory. So I think that's pretty cute. I'm giving out another copy of the link, so bear with me for a second while he's snoozing and replenishing. Okay, so we'll get Jemmy up, and you can just nab the tent right back again. So it's really nice. You don't have to really commit to putting a tent down forever in some place just to rest once. And as the computer says, the door will transport you to a challenging room that you may attempt to traverse. It is a challenge, though, and those are assholes. See, they don't have my best interest at heart. Blast it. Okay, healing zone. Healing zone! I'll just do one of these so that you can see it. I don't know if I'll be able to complete it on Jimmy, but I'll try. Space Daddy's probably going to be better at doing it. Well, that's poison. So I'm not going to try it with him. But as you can see, when you go back, the challenge door will be gone. So you either have to do it or you don't get it. Which is fine. And sometimes you will come across banditos. Ow! Ow! Don't. Ow, 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 ow. Some people shouldn't have guns, apparently. And I've got a manipulator module. Yeah, as you can see, there are sometimes places where you'll find other people and things, and they won't exactly be expected, and sometimes loose silt will just tumble down on you. Be sure to get that secondary jump whenever you can, though, because as you can see, it can be a real lifesaver. Literally. Okay, I see something down there, so let's try and get it. Alright. I mean, they're armed, so they'll probably try and kill us. Okay. You can usually guarantee that someone that has their weapon out is going to try and kill you. Just like if you see any creature and it goes white, white, you know, and bounces in place and comes at you, it is probably going to kill you. The nice ones tend to just freeze. They'll just stay in place and not do anything. Hey Avalanche, how are you doing? Sorry it takes me a moment. I'm in the middle of one of my lower level characters trying to get something out of this strange archaeological sort of thing. But as you can see, there's a lot of places to explore. That's Tar. And as you can see, those pods sometimes will just fling out bombs, which kind of sucks. I don't tend to use them because most of the time it's not worth it. They don't have anything that's really that worth. Oh. But your mileage may vary. I don't think so, though. You probably will be very tired of those little pods very quickly. Ooh, I think this is diamond. No, silver. Oh well. Still, sometimes you can find deposits of certain ores and substances, and they'll just be in like a pile, so you can just use your matter manipulator. In these little ones, usually there's just pixels. Sometimes they can be useful things like salve or rope. Again, be really careful of the stalagmites. Break them if you think about it, and you really should think about it. Yeah, as you can see, there's some salve there. As you can see, it's also on my quick bar. But it restores a certain amount of health over a certain amount of seconds. I really fucked that up. You also have to be really careful not to dash when you're just trying to move. Hey, Trudel. So Avalanche, tell us about your mods. I haven't currently done any modding of Starbound, but I do love it. And it is great that it does feature Steam Workshop, so people can mod and you can download mods very easily and use them on your program. Oh. Oh dear. Okay, and these things are terrifying. Kind of cute, but mostly terrifying, especially because they explode. Which I forgot about, and that's why I should have a gun. Let's see. I've got the Urkius Eye, which is really rare. Very fun. Rocket launcher, flamethrower, sweeper. Yeah, the flamethrower is really nice because if you do like, you can sometimes get like a little illumination around you without using too terribly much energy. But you also have to be careful that you aren't, you know, like I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to accidentally harm anything, so I sometimes prefer not to do that. It is good to, you know, shine your light below and see what's waiting if there's a big gap that you might fall down like I did before. Here's a pile of bones. Oh, I see we're in the ossuary mini biome. Yeah, there's just like piles upon piles of bones. Lucian loves this particular biome. Loves it, loves it, loves it. And if you get piled up bones, and you, sometimes they will behave like loose silt, so they will tumble down forever, just about. And this is Boneboo plant, which is a pretty fun plant. It's like a bone plant with some sort of grotesque fruit, which of course, again, suits Lucian perfectly. Ah! And as you can see, you can get easily engulfed by bones upon bones upon bones. But you can also craft things out of the bones, which is very cool. Our interplanetary adventures are going great. This is Jemmy. He's a lower level character that I'm showing off some of the things that he can do, even though his abilities are limited. But yeah, now we've got a gelatinous biome, You get these slime blobs. You got slime blobs, slime globs. Oh, and it's slime. Actual slime. So let's get some of that slime while we're here, shall we? I think so. Just need to get out of the slime, because I do have an EPP rebreather, but yeah, things like slime and tar tend to slow your characters down and make your jumps worse. So you don't want to be too slimy or tarry. And then you got these assholes. And don't worry, they were trying to kill us. You can always rely on me to give people and monsters the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, those things always try and kill you. Ooh, a high-tech chest, copper wire, and a teleporter core. Teleporter cores are pretty rare and very valuable. They allow you to have a teleporter crafted at the teleport shop. You can choose one of any different style that you want. And we're in the slime again. We'll just get some more slime, shall we? But I can see by the glow that we're actually getting close to the core of the planet, which is probably a signal that I should pull out Jimmy, because he's really not equipped for this sort of thing. Congratulations on beating the boss, by the way. So we will send Jemmy to bed here, and we are going to go back to Space Daddy. But first, I need to get some water, otherwise my throat is going to dry out. One of my crew members is apparently ready to break into song. But I will be right back, and I hope you will be here. Before I go, though, I'm just letting you know that we are at Operation Nina. We're raising money for cancer treatment, so please give if you can. Scroll down, there's a donate button right there on the page, or on the channel page. And if you need to find more information, there's also buttons to go there. Please spread the word, get anybody watching if you can, and we're going to come back with more Starbound for about another 40 minutes, and then we have got another host. I'll be back. How you turn my world, you precious thing. You starve and near exhaust me. Hello, welcome back to Space Daddy Adventures in Starbound with Hushicho. Those mods sound really interesting. I will have to check out some stuff. I saw one that actually had dodos in it, but I actually liked the design for the random bird that I found that I decided was the space dodo for Peppa. Peppa is very pretty. Peppa is very festive. I like Peppa. Of course, Waggy's dancing. Waggy's dancing. Oh, I hope you caught that. Waggy is dancing. Yeah, William the janitor is finding inspiration for his blog. Another crew member wants to break free from what I don't know, but you know, one will find out sooner or later. Why, thank you. It's so nice to have such a good audience. I really love it when people watch and get into it and have a fun time. I think it's so easy though to have a fun time with Starbound. There's just so much. It offers so much. It has so much to give, and I don't know. I just really like it as a game. I've always found it fun. It's not too demanding on the system usually. It does a good job generally of adjusting to the system that it's on, and of course you can adjust the settings to be more or less demanding. Like some of the lighting effects you can turn down, things like that, more demanding stuff. But it does an immensely good job at setting an ambience, and it has so much detail to it that there's just so much. Alright, it's another hostile ship. Let's fight this bastards. Alright, Space Daddy is gonna face the space pirates. And these are the bad space pirates. These aren't the sexy space pirates. Alright, Space Daddy's in his mech, ready to go. If I had to say one thing that I wish you could kind of have, is I wish you could get your crew members their own mechs and have them come with you, because I would love to have Waggy come with me on everything. And I feel like Waggy would love to come with me on everything, especially if it involved shooting the shit out of some assholes. Because he loves to shoot things. Like, he just loves it. He loves spraying bullets anywhere he can get. It's just his thing. I mean, that and bathing in lava, apparently. Waggy, who tanks like 1,000,000 hit points sitting in lava, and not even an exaggeration, it was literally like 1,000,000 hit points. If you weren't here for the story before, I'll probably tell it again tomorrow. But Waggy is an extraordinary penguin mercenary, and he is just amazing. He has become one of the most important parts of my Starbound game. And definitely one of Space Daddy's closest friends and companions. Although he is certifiably nuttier than squirrel shit. Uh-oh. Oh, an air horn mech horn. Yeah, the horns are really rare, I find. So that's kind of neat. I'll show off the tentacle thing. That's a really cool thing. I think you'll like it. It's very neat because you can control the way that the tentacles go, and you know, you don't have to keep giving them energy once they're out. And they can reach a really far distance. And this is its special. It's just like a burst of tentacles that you can ride. And the closer they get to you, the more they get tangled in your tentacles. Okay, Daddy. We have to... There we go. Daddy's not much one for guns, but, you know, when he needs to. But there are a lot more interesting weapons than guns, I have to say. Guns are among the most perfunctory. Okay, a split shot mech arm. Give that to Jemmy or someone lower level. And usually, this is just for me, I tend to have him shut off their computers. So I can report them to the space people or something. Yeah, if anybody's currently watching and can help Doctologist, his game has become really laggy, and it's not like anything major on the game has changed, it's just really lagging for him, and we don't know really how to figure it out. So if anybody has any ideas, you may want to talk to him. It would be especially nice because I've missed playing with him a lot, because we used to go on adventures and go exploring everything, and I just love Starbound because there's so much to do, so many aesthetic things that you can add to the ambience and the atmosphere. There's so many details in it. You can manipulate and interact with almost everything in some way or another. But really, especially for the price of the game, you get so much. There's just so much that comes up that's, you know, just like random stuff that, you know, will just happen. Okay, this is an anomaly. So let's explore it. We haven't done one of those yet today. Alright, we're going to explore this anomaly. Space Daddy into space. And again, just a refresher, since we'll just be doing battle here. This is Operation Nina. We are raising money for cancer treatment expenses, and if you can donate, we would really love that. Just scroll down on the channel page and the donate button is right there. If you can help spread the word to friends and people that might be able to donate, anybody that might be interested in watching us play some fun games, I will be here the next 2 nights. Tonight, Tuesday and Wednesday. And I will probably be playing a lot of Starbound. I'm going to do Terratown Haunt the House. And I may be doing some art stream, but who knows, maybe not. I don't know. But I am always happy to have you here, and I will try and keep you entertained as best I can. I can talk a lot better when I'm playing games. I don't tend to talk so much when I'm doing art, so that's a major consideration for me, because I know a lot of you are more entertained when people are addressing you, and not when people are just, you know, sort of doing something where you're not really directly engaged or involved, so I will try and do my best. But as you can see, we're in the mech, and this light blue bar is the energy for the mech that it naturally uses as it's flying, and also will use when it gets damaged, so you want to make sure that you don't have too much of that used. This is the little homing beacon. As you can see here, you have the crystals, so you can actually mine those if you have a drill arm. But it also has these little chests you can get. But yeah, you don't want to do that too much because you can't really move outside of the mech very well. So don't leave your mech in the middle of space, because you will find it is very difficult to get back to your mech So unless you leave it just like right next to you, you may have to beam back. But that's really all the anomaly was. So I explored it. Oh, thank you so much, Macros. I appreciate that. I always try and engage people, and I like to talk. I like to talk. Ooh, there's a friendly ship. Let's go to the friendly ship. That'll be fun. I do have different fashions for Space Daddy to wear. I actually have some really skimpy tropical fashions. I don't know if I have them on me right now. I don't think I do. Wait, no, I do. Yeah, Space Daddy in his tropical getup. This is more Florin fashion. I got it for an expedition to a Florin world, but yeah, we'll have Space Daddy showing a little skin for a while. But it's really nice to get an upgraded mech, so I recommend doing it whenever you can, because space exploration is a big part of Starbound, and the mechs are part of how you do that. So you'll get a starter mech from Dr. Akagi when you go through the mech obstacle course that she's set up for you. But in space, no one can hear you complain that you're bored. But once you have the blueprints to upgrade, you really must do it. And yeah, the Apex storyline is that a lot of them are oppressed under the rule of Big Ape. And so there's a lot of, like, when you visit an Apex settlement, a lot of them might be under the oppressive rule of Big Ape. There's like barbed wire and security cameras, and it's very unpleasant. And you know, we've seen the Halotl settlements with the you know, the splendor and the beauty and the aesthetics, and the human settlements, they don't tend to have settlements. They're more like nomads. So you'll find camper vans and outhouses and campfires and things like that. And the energy people, I always forget their name. I want to call them whiz kids, but they have like Old West style settlements, and of course the Glitch all have like medieval settlements, and sometimes they have these grand castles that you get to explore. Nova Kids! That's right, Nova Kids! I don't know why that's so hard for me to remember. Alright. So in my skimpy outfit, let's find a planet to go to. Oh no, that's the ocean planet. We've already been there. Have I explored this? I think I have explored this. Maybe we should just find another planet entirely. Lava, volcanic, scorched tundra, lunar. I think those are pretty hardcore. Kind of nasty. Yeah, the scored a lava, toxic midnight. Let's go to a midnight planet though. So these are very high-level planets that you won't get to until later. Akiko is contemplating the vastness of the universe. You contemplate Akiko. I think I'm going to put Space Daddy back in his big serious clothes. I wonder how these look. I just got these. Oh, those look really good. I wonder how they look dyed red. Anyway, I'll put his official outfit back on him. Okay. Oh wow, extreme. Extreme! We need to like snowboard and we need some Mountain Dew or something. Well, that's nice. There's a friendly ship out here. That's very fortuitous. That's volcanic, so that's not going to be... Okay, let's go here. Hind Delta 4. Yeah, hardcore parkour. We need like Surge Cola, soda, whatever. Yeah, there's the moon where you can get Arceus fuel. Actually, let's go to the moon first. I will show you how you get fuel in this game. Let me check that for a moment, though. Okay, small meteorites, but that can still do damage, so we need to be careful. And the thing is, when you get Arceus fuel, there are these Arceus ghosts. And the spooked thing, yeah, entities attracted by the moon's deposits. Low G environment. But as you can see, there are these deposits that glow just below the surface. And when you start to collect Arceus fuel, they start to take an interest in you. They look kind of like evil anuses from hell. So I'm going to flee the evil sphincters, because they will kill me if I spend too much time around them. But you'll also get like an audio cue that they're close. It'll be like, drrrr, like this persistent hum. And also, please don't forget, you not only have foreground, but you also have background manipulation that you can do. So, and if you get deep enough, you'll find liquid Arceus fuel, which you don't end up having to convert from solid, and it's basically better value, essentially. So like you keep falling, but the gravity is so low it doesn't matter. So this is liquid Arceus fuel. Once you have that liquid mod for your manipulator, you can just suck up the liquid Arceus fuel, which is something you should do. Yes, I am telling you to suck it up. Suck it good and suck it hard. Can I say that? Am I not supposed to say things like that on Twitch? I don't know. I don't know what's appropriate anymore. I have no sense of propriety. They will also get faster and more insistent the more Arceus you have. So if you've got like crazy amounts of it, you'll want to cut your losses after a point. Ugh. That scared the shit out of me. And the reason why I'm paranoid is because they're not only kind of scary, but they will also suck your life so fast, you just have no idea. It's not good. But yeah, this is why you always need to get rid of stalactites and stalagmites, because they're kind of hard to see and they will surprise you and it will not be. Yeah, see there? The stuff coming off of me means that I'm taking damage. So I need to get out of there. Oh, you ladies pop your pussy like this. No, I'm not going to sing that. So I'm just recycling some of the stuff that I have no use for. Which is handy, you can do that right there in your inventory. So, funny story, I have a friend that works at a hydroponics store, and he is extremely knowledgeable at growing various things. He's actually kind of an expert in it. And dirt is one of the most prevalent things that you're going to dig up in Starbound. But, you know, it's technically a kind of soil, and when you're actually growing things, oh, William is more than a number. You go, William. But like when you're actually growing things, you know, if it's something that needs a specific kind of soil and a specific soil composition, and you want to make sure you're not going to have like bugs in the soil, you know, and bug eggs and things that are going to lead to an infestation to your area, you want to get like a special kind of soil. But all the time he gets people trying to cut corners with some crappy soil that is really only meant for like outside, when some people are growing inside. But whether you're growing outside or inside, if you're growing something that's very picky about what it grows in, you need a specific soil. And if it's worth that much to you, then, you know, you should really have a specific soil. So we had a dude come in, and this dude was asking him for, I'm making finger quotes, just plain dirt. And it's just so funny in so many ways. Like, I know that, like, you know, sometimes construction will have fill dirt that you can just take that's just meant to fill in places that you want to fill in and level off. That's cool. You don't normally use that for growing special plants, or, you know, like if you have, for example, if you have like an heirloom tomato that you want to make grow, you would want to get that a special soil. You would not want an infestation, you would want a special soil so you could control as many elements of the growth of that as you can. But this dude was just absolutely insistent, absolutely sure that he wanted just plain dirt. As if that exists. Just plain dirt. Welcome back with Pizza Pockets. We're gonna go to a night world. If I had Lucian more outfitted, I would take him here. But I still haven't got him quite outfitted enough yet. I am going to, for sure, take Waggy. And I think I may take my new crew member, Akiko, who is medic. So let's go to Night World. First you gotta put your neck into it. Don't stop, just do it, do it. Waggy wants to throw a party, and Akiko has fallen off a sheer cliff. Well, I guess we gotta go down and see destroying friendships. You do you, Akiko. You do you. Okay, this is healing water, which is very useful. Like I said before, once you have the matter manipulator, oh my god, Waggy, don't just spray bullets indiscriminately, please. Oh my god, yeah, there's, like, terrifying shit. Okay, let's go over here. Oh my god. Oh! Yeah, and I've got, like, high-level stuff. So, the thing about it is, you definitely don't need to be here until much later. And you also need a certain EPP upgrade to even survive on this planet, because otherwise you're going to take massive amounts of health damage over time. But, like with this healing water, if I were to use my matter manipulator and get more of the healing water, I can just add this to any regular water, and I will have healing water. It'll spread through the water, and it'll become luminous and this color. So you can always... I thought that there was a step there. Oh god, Waggy. Okay, I'm gonna start that again, and hopefully I can get through an actual sentence this time. The healing water is really great because you can take it with you, and if you need healing, all you need is some water. You can expand the healing to as much water as there, as long as you just drop it into some water. So that is one of the most useful things I've ever learned. Also, this hive sort of brick is really hard to dig through. As you can see, it's taking Daddy, even with his upgraded brick, quite a long time. And as you can see, Akiko is actually examining and commenting on the surroundings. So that is a thing that they do too. They sometimes will use their, magnifying glass thing. Map roll dubs might have G's. Fuck that, homie, get on your knees. A bitch like me wants to moan and scream. I said I wasn't gonna sing that, but apparently I lied. Yeah, when cobblestone is easier to mine than something, you know it's hard to mine, because cobblestone is a pain in the ass. Oh, it's a little lava bug thing. Oh, he's so cute. I'm gonna take him to Lucian. Okay, I got him. Got a cute little lava thingy for Lucian. He's gonna be very pleased. As you can see, it's perpetually night, so there's no hope of the day dawning later. It's going to always be night. These things are lights, but some of them are those horrifying things that we saw before that are kind of reminiscent of that Demogorgon thing from Stranger Things. Oh shit! As you can see, they are fucking tough. As you can also see, they're fucking awful. Thanks. Akiko wants to be best friends. Good lord. But yeah, as I said, this is basically endgame stuff. Or at least very close to it. So, oh, I love the comments. Keep those comments coming, I like them. The Midnight Worlds are really cool, but they're also really horrifying. Like, yeah, you see that fucking thing? Ugh. Anybody but Space Daddy would probably not survive long here, so be sure you are ready for this shit when you start to do it on your Starbound game. It is seriously kind of unsettling. But this is another triumph of the aesthetic. They've done a really good job giving a massive amount of variety to the major biomes, as well as the minor ones. There's another one of those little cute larvae. I've got to get him. He's so cute. But this is exactly the kind of place that I think Lucian would probably want to make his home if he could. And since you can build so many robust things in Starbound, I think it's a possibility. It's a perfect place that we might be able to. One of the things that's good about having crew members is that they will often start shooting before you know whether something is hostile or not. So, while you may have to rein them in sometimes, if you don't want to harm the local fauna, you do want to make sure... Oh wow. You do want to make sure that that you know when something is hostile towards you. This is actually really neat. Oh shit, it's another one of those things. Oh good, I got raw steak, because I love that. Oh, oh, he's not hostile, he's just cute. But yeah, you'll get chimes here that you can take, which is nice. I believe I took my chimes from the world much like this. But there's all kinds of stuff up here that you'll see, like these weird markers and creepy urns. This is where those statues come from in Lucian's home. The ones with the glowing red eyes. You can break the urns, but I usually don't. Okay, you remember the USCM that I said were kind of assholes earlier? Well, this is a penal colony of the USCM. It's probably going to be full of people that want to kill me, even though I'm not affiliated with the USCM. Oh, hazard tape. I don't think I want any of that or need any of it, but nice to know that I can get it if I need to. No, Akiko, do not stay here. Need you and Waggy both. Watch my ass, please. My bag. No. I said I wasn't gonna do that. Oh, it's like a factor tag thing. Huh. No, Waggy, damn it. No. Unfortunately, sometimes you can misclick. So, it can be disturbing. Ah, yeah, get out while you still can. That's... nothing a bit of bleach and napalm won't sort. Speaking of... yeah, outsider... yeah. Well, we'll run into them again, I'm sure. Sometimes you have people sleeping in these cells that will come out and try and kill you later. And of course you have all these showers. Sometimes there are stories in here, and you can sort of figure out sort of things that happened or might have happened. Sometimes it's just deserted, more or less. Doesn't look like there's a lot in here. But you can find books and other texts, messages and things like that. Damn it, Akiko, don't stay. Nope. And sometimes you can use a toilet unintentionally. Humanity needs you. Cassis propaganda. Oh, well, I'm taking it with me because that sounds interesting. There's a cult that you end up running up against that I believe that refers to, so it's probably some of their propaganda. Doesn't look like I've found much of anything in the way of treasure here. But then there's not a lot of people here, so I guess they probably took with them. Akiko is apparently making strange sounds. They left a lot of hazard tape, though. I'm not sure if that's, I don't know. I love how the Halotl tend to be kind of shady. No craftsmanship on display here. Philistines. Akiko, stop. I don't think there's much here, unfortunately. I will be really excited for any updates, honestly, because I really like Starbound, and I look forward to them making it even better experience. Because there's so much you can do, but there's also so much potential that they can also add to it, I think. So I'll be glad to see what they've added. Because I really only got it and started playing after the big space station and mechs update. So there was a lot in there that was not there before, that I was just introduced to from the start. So I know that there'll probably be even more in the future. Yeah, as you can see, like, the non-hostiles just kind of freeze when you get close. They don't really engage you, which is good. You can always tell a non-hostile. They will fight you if you provoke them, though. Like, if you attack them first, they will totally fight the shit out of you. But you can also do... I mean, you might also do damage to them. The way that you get them as a pet is it's usually best to get, like, snowballs, which you can easily get from any sort of ice blizzard planet, wintry planet. And you just wear them down to about half health and then throw a pet capture ball at them. And then you've got a pet. These are pyramids. Sometimes they contain things and sometimes they don't. But thanks to your matter manipulator, you can see inside them to some extent, which is really nice. Like, you don't even have to have the torch on. You can actually see inside things or see blocks of things around you illuminated by your matter manipulator. You seem to be in a tarish kind of environment now. Wow, there's just not a lot of stuff here. It's kind of weird. I've never been on this planet before, as far as I know, so... What did it say on Waggy? Oh, feeling well liked. Waggy is feeling well liked. Oh, Waggy, you're so crazy. Yeah, fortunately, Akiko is a combat medic. You may have noticed, like, the healing cross on me. Akiko can patch me up if I need to. Oh. Yeah! So that is really good. You have different types of crew members that can really, really lend a lot to your expeditions and adventures. And see, now you've got different trees, which are kind of scary too. Sometimes you'll find these little mini outposts too, and sometimes they'll have stuff up top and sometimes they won't. And yeah, this is one of those big ape places, under the oppression of the mini-nog. You can talk to them, and they're usually pretty nice, but they are hopelessly oppressed. As you can see, obey! They're extremely uncomfortable settlements, and I don't really like staying in them. I did not make a penguin cry. Raggy is my friend. Shoot. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen that before in the plant variety. Well, food, which sometimes happens, sometimes things are just rotted already by the time you get to them. Silent Gilroy the Rogue Soldier. I don't think I will. But maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll be more in the frame of mind. Oh, and I see that it's... It's like 5 minutes. A rocket launcher for you to borrow? Good God. Yeah, because I just have one of those lying around. Well, I see. Oh, I made a noise like a penguin. Okay. Well, guys, I have only about 3 minutes left. And time has really flown. I've had a great time with you all. Akiko, you stay here. Waggy, you cool your flippers. And I told Akiko to stay here, but Akiko is still following me, so... Hello, Pepper. Space Daddy's gonna sack out. I will be back tomorrow at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to have some fun with you guys at Starbound, Terratown Haunt the House, and who knows what else. I may have special guests, I may not, probably not. But either way, I hope you had fun. Again, we're at Operation Nina, and this is to raise money for Nina's mother for cancer-related treatment expenses. Please give if you can, be very generous. Scroll down and see links to more information and donation. If you can, spread the word. We're here at Twitch TV until next Sunday, I believe. So you can spend your middle of the night to morning with me, and I hope you've enjoyed our little adventure with Space Daddy and Starbound, and there's more to come tomorrow. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I really am. I love how this game just kind of draws you in. It really absorbs. And you can, like, the cool thing is that you can explore on the surface, you can go beneath the surface. Sometimes you find these massive temples or tombs, or sometimes you find ships in the sky, airships that you can explore if you can get up to them. Like, it's marvelous. You can find so much stuff in this game. But I will keep some of the delight for tomorrow, and it was a joy to have you all here with me. I will see you next time, and maybe I can get that Discord stuff figured out. But I am just absolutely delighted to have you here with me. Again, Operation Nina, we're raising money for cancer treatment. Please check out the links for information. Please donate if you can, and spread the word to anybody that you think might be interested, anybody that might be able to donate. We need all the help we can get. And this is Hushicho, signing off until tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern. Bye for now.